Hey everybody, appreciate you stopping by today to check out my video. And what we're doing today, we're doing a sweet and sour seitan. This is some of the seitan that we made a few days ago, or what is it, 2 weeks ago. We made that in the Instapot, and what we're gonna bread this up. We're gonna deep fry it. So if you're frying it, it's got to be good. You know that story. Anyway, let's get started on our recipe. In our bowl, we've got 2/3 cup flour, 1/3 cup cornstarch. By mixing the flour and the cornstarch, it's going to make a nice crunchy batter. Put you out the way. We're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic. We're going to put this in here. We're going to mix it up. Make sure our flour and cornstarch, make sure they're pretty well evenly divided. Not to be perfect, just kind of, Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take 1/3 of this out. I'm going to take 1/3 cup out of here. Actually, I'm going to go with 1/4 cup. There we go. I'm supposed to do 1/4. Set that to the side. We're going to make a wet batter with that. Now we're going to take our seitan, dump it in here. And we want to get some flour on the outside of each one. Because when you're going to go into your wet batter, you want some dry on the outside of whatever you're putting in there. Just mix this up. Now here's what's going to be our wet batter. Put some water in here. Now that this is all mixed up, what we're going to do is we're going to take our seitan, pat them off, start dropping them in here. Alright, so we got all the pieces out of there, but that's not going anywhere. We're not done with it. Let me go rinse my hands off real quick. So we got all the pieces out of the dry into the wet bowl, but now this isn't going anywhere. We're going to be using that again here in a minute. Now what we want to do is we want to toss these pieces with the wet mixture. We want to get all that kind of spread around on here. So now we've got our batter spread around pretty good. We're going to go back into the dry. This is where we're going to get really messy. So I'm going to toss this, make sure I get as much of this wet or dry flour on here as I can. Try to break the pieces apart. That way I got little small pieces and not just one big blob. See how that's sticking together? Make sure to break that apart. And then what we're going to have to do is once we get everything covered, we want this to set for at least 15 minutes, but more like half an hour, that kind of thing. But that's going to be kind of cool because that's going to give us time to get our sauce ingredients all together. Time to get our sauce ready. I have 1 cup of veggie stock. I've got a 1/4 cup of tomato ketchup. Ketchup kind of naturally has that sweet and sour thing going on. So we've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. That's for sweet, and it's got a little flavor to it. I've got 1 tablespoon of raw sugar. You could use white sugar. So yeah, this has definitely got some sweet going on. I've got 2 tablespoons of regular light soy sauce. If you wanted a darker color, you could use dark soy sauce. And then here's for our sour. I've got 2 tablespoons of black vinegar. And then to give it a fruity flavor, and I think sweet and sour really needs pineapple. I've got a tablespoon of pineapple juice, and I've got 2 tablespoons of crushed pineapple. We're going to mix this together. We're going to set it aside. Now when we go to cook, we might need a little thickener. So I've got half a tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of water, and we're going to mix this together, and we'll have this ready. We'll probably wind up putting this in at the very end of the cooking. I'm not going to put it in early. I don't like to put it in my sauce because I may not need it. For veggies, I'm using onion, zucchini, red bell pepper, green bell pepper. Now, you don't have to use the 2. You can just use 1. You could use all red or all green. I just like everything nice and pretty. And I've got some cabbage. I have about half a cup of each one. So anyway, I'll set these aside and they'll be ready to use. I've got a pan heating up and I've got my oil heating up. I'm using peanut oil for frying. I like peanut oil for frying. It tends to work pretty good. Now some people don't like it because you can kind of taste it a little bit. But I think especially in this dish it works pretty well. So my pan's heating up. And look at there, kind of warm. We're going to need to start boiling the sauce. My oil looks like it might be getting warm. Let's just drop a little bit of flour in there and see what it does. We're not quite there. You can hear Abby shaking. She's got her little cone on. Our sauce is kind of coming up to a boil. You can see around the edges that it's definitely boiling, starting to bubble in the middle. So let's go ahead. We're going to throw in our onion. We're going to go ahead and put our cabbage in right now. We're going to hold off on our bell peppers and our squash. Just give this a little nudge. Let our veggies start flavoring everything. Now we're going to try our oil again, see what's going on. It's almost there. Now the great thing is, because this seitan's already cooked, we don't have to worry about making sure that the middle is fully cooked or anything like that. All we really have to do is cook the breading and warm up the inside. So we can fry on a higher temperature, but I don't want to fry on too high of a temperature because then we're risking burning our breading. Anyway, I'll be back here in just a second. Our sauce is boiling pretty good, and I'm pretty sure we're ready to start frying our little chicken nuggets. Chicken, I guess you could say. Yeah, look at there. We got some nice bubble action happening when we're dropping these in. Kind of shaking off a little bit of this stuff over here in the bowl. We don't want to put too many in because I don't want to drop the temperature. I'm just going to work in small batches. Now that we're frying that, I'm going to go ahead and throw our bell pepper in here. So we're almost halfway done with frying our chicken. I'm getting ready to take the second batch out. We're going to wind up with about 4 batches. So we're going to go ahead and put our zucchini in here. The zucchini cooks a little quicker than our other veggies. Get them down in there so that they can simmer and cook a little bit. We don't want to cook them to mush. It's kind of a timing thing, a little bit difficult to make sure everything is done at the same time. You know, we do the best we can. Let me move this over so I can take this other pieces of chicken out. So these are definitely done. Look at that batter. That looks pretty good. Nice color on there. I'm not putting them on any towels or anything, any paper towels. I mean, I probably should get a rack, like one of those cookie rack things, put them on there and let them drip. But being lazy, I don't want to clean that thing. All right, so I got all that out of there. And you can see this is not, I did not start with brand new oil. I did some test batches. As long as the oil's not burnt. You know what? I think I want to get all this in there. Just drop them in a piece at a time. As long as I'm not dropping the temperature of the oil, we'll be good to go. Give these a stir. Make sure they're not stuck together. We'll be done frying those up here in a minute. See how our sauce has thickened up a little bit? But I still want it to be a little thicker. So what we're going to do, we're going to crank this heat back up, because I've turned it down quite a bit. Just letting it sit in there simmer. Take our cornstarch, because it settles to the bottom. We're going to give it a stir. I'm going to put some of this in here. Let me just go ahead and dump it all in. Give this a stir to distribute our slurry. Now what this is going to do is it's going to thicken our sauce, and that way it'll cling to all the veggies, all the seitan. Now remember that seitan, the breading on the seitan is going to absorb a little bit of this, so you don't want it too thick, or then you won't have any sauce left and it'll be all goopy. This is looking pretty good. I think it's going to thicken up just a little more as it continues to heat up. Like I said, it's definitely going to soak up a little bit more sauce. Or the seitan is going to soak up some of it. Let's turn you back down. See how our chicken's doing over here. We're getting close. Almost done. Oh, bitch. Alright, so I've just about got all these done. I want to give you guys a bit of a warning though. First time I've had this happen, when I was cooking these, one of these just popped and it shot hot grease right all up in my face, or at my face. Luckily I had my glasses on. I don't know if you can see, that's hot oil that got sprayed on my hand. So, I don't know. Anyway, it did it. Anyway, oil's off. Okay. Got our sauce bubbling, thickened up. Put our seitan in there. Go ahead and turn this heat off. And toss these around, let this soak up some. Look at there, our sauce is pretty much gone now. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to plate this up, be right back. So how's our sweet and sour seitan going to taste? Anyway, hopefully you guys like the way that looks, because I think it looks pretty good. Abby's interested. Definitely crunchy. It's got that sweet thing going on, just a little bit of sour. Pretty happy with this.